It's the Keep 1 Million show. I'm Dwayne.
Sean P.
And we're live.
Yes, sir.
90.7 FM KRDP.
Yes.
Downtown Phoenix. The 13th of February.
Yes.
Y'all know what tomorrow is. Y'all better have y'all flowers and candy ready. You got everything ready?
I got that parade ready. That's why I got that parade watching ready.
You got it ready?
We got that parade viewing ready.
You
That's what we
got.
got.
You better be ready.
No,
You
that.
don't want to be in the doghouse.
No.
Tomorrow night, I should say.
No, we'll be cool. We'll be cool, man.
All right. Well, who's really cool is the Philadelphia Eagles as they beat
Super Bowl champs, baby.
40-22.
It wasn't even that close, man.
No, it wasn't. It was 40-6 in the third quarter. The rest of that was garbage time.
Yeah, I believe it was 46 in the. It was 46 in the fourth, wasn't it?
I think in the beginning of the fourth.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's when Philly pulled their starters.
Yeah, they pulled their starters.
Yeah, oh man, it was crazy, man. Like I told you earlier, I had a headache. I didn't. My son, my daughter, and my wife went over their godparents' house to watch the game. I had a serious headache, and I wasn't trying to be around a lot of noise, so I watched it at the crib. I watched it at the crib and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now people get on me because I didn't watch the halftime show because I went and did some other stuff. I mean, not that I don't like K Dot, but I went and did some other things. But we'll talk about that later. The halftime show, because I did see some excerpts of it. Just didn't see the whole thing, so I'm gonna lean on your viewing of it. But man, watching that game, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I expected it to be a high scoring game, but from both teams, and what they did was, like you said, Tom Brady said it best. It's exactly what they did to them in their Super Bowl. It's like they just rushed forward and pinned down 7. And I like listening to Shannon Sharp break down the game. He was like, anytime you can do that, and you can get after the quarterback like that and have him running for his life, oh man, he's going to make those mistakes. Pick sixes, picks, another pick, a strip sack. I mean, man. That's crazy. They showed you. It was like, look, when we can beat these dudes, and they just went in there and beat them dudes down. I mean, I think a lot of it. Well, some of those players, we have a lot of those players from the last time we played them in the Super Bowl, and they was like, no, we ain't letting this be close. We ain't letting this come down to you doing some Mahomes magic. We doing this right now. You know, it was phenomenal.
6 sacks, a pick 6, 1 sack shy of tying the record for most sacks in the Super Bowl.
Who has that record? Is that Baltimore or is it?
I think it's Baltimore. It may be the
What, the Bears?
Bears.
The Bears, okay. I was just curious.
I'm not sure exactly what the team, but yeah, Mahomes, 2 interceptions, 6 sacks. He had 3 touchdowns, 257 yards, but most of that was, like I said, in garbage time.
Yeah.
Into the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurts, 17 of 22, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception, and a TD, 11 carries for 72 yards. He actually ran the ball more effectively than Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, they bottled Saquon up.
Yeah, 25 carries for 57 yards. They stopped. That was their game plan.
You know what? That was in '85. That was the Patriots' game plan against Walter Payton. They wasn't willing to let Walter Payton beat them.
And then what happened?
They got blown out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Hurts, he had timely throws, very accurate throws. I think it was a 50-yard pass to, was it A.J. Brown?
No, that was Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
They a lot of them expected him to give it to Saquon. It was a play action, and it froze the safeties, and then he just threw that thing right on the money. It was like a go right. It was just like boom. Devontae just ran away from the dude, and it was like boom. I mean, it some people say that was some people got different opinions. They said that was the nail in the coffin. Some people believe the pick six was the nail in the coffin. Some people, because I believe that made it 17 nothing.
Yeah.
That pick six made it 17.
Yeah, and then
I
they
believe.
scored right before the half, 24-0.
Yeah,
At the half.
because he threw that interception to Braun, and if you look at that play, it's because the D line pushed his offensive lineman into Mahomes, so he couldn't get,
Right.
because he was going to try to hit Worthy on that crossing route, and he went like right there, and Braun just caught it.
And you have to give credit where credit is due. The Eagles' defensive coordinator.
Oh, Vic Vinccio.
Yeah, and also that front four were what they did. They probably went back and looked at the Tampa Bay Kansas City game because it was a spitting image of that game. You know, defensively.
Yeah.
They rushed four. They got Patrick Mahomes rattled and got straight in his face. They did not shy away from it. They didn't try to, quote unquote, respect the game and all that. They just got in his face to the point where he's throwing interceptions, pick six. You know, it reminded me of the Giants versus the Patriots Super Bowl, where you have Spagnuolo, who is the defense coordinator of the Chiefs right now, but he's the defense coordinator of the Giants, he had this package called NASCAR. All-time great package where you put your fastest front four, your fastest players on the front four, and they just race to see who gets the quarterback. You drop everybody else, and this literally looked like what the Eagles were doing. They have their fastest D lineman on there and getting after Patrick Mahomes, and it worked.
Yeah.
They had, I think, one blitz the whole game.
Now, according to the experts, they said they didn't blitz at all. They didn't blitz the whole game. They only brought four. And it was one play I was looking at. It looked like a blitz, but I had to rewind it, and I saw it. It wasn't a blitz because it was Braun that was coming in, but it was only him and three other players that were going in. And they still dropped back 7. So they didn't blitz at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
That's amazing because when you look at the Chiefs defense when they played against the Bills, they blitzed all the time, almost.
Yeah.
The Chiefs defense was bottled up. They really could not get at Jalen Hurts. He was sacked twice.
Yeah.
They got Saquon Barkley. Like we talked about weeks prior.
Yeah.
8 in the box, 9 in the box. You make Jalen Hurts throw the ball, and he did it.
Yeah.
He threw the ball very accurately, on time, quickly out of his hands, and you cannot say anything about Jalen Hurts anymore. You cannot disparage him. You cannot say he's not a quarterback. You cannot say he's only a running quarterback. You can't say, his whole career he's been doubted.
Yeah.
Benched and left for dead in Alabama. With Tua Tagovailoa. Goes to Oklahoma. Should have won the Heisman. Then goes to the Eagles, and everyone's saying he's not a quarterback. And now, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think the defense, just like the Giants game against the Patriots, a defensive player should have won that Super Bowl MVP. We know that will never happen.
No, didn't Von Miller win it?
Well, no.
Oh.
Peyton Manning won it.
He did?
Did he?
I could have swore Von Miller won that.
He might have. I'm thinking of that game again. He might have. That may be the only one. But
no, I think Darren Wilson might have won it with the Cowboys because he had like 3 picks.
Who do you think should have really won that Super Bowl MVP?
Honestly, I know Ocho said that he thought somebody from the D line like Sweat or somebody.
Yeah.
He thought they did like he thought or he said well shoot the whole D line should have won that. And then like but who do I think? You know what? I would say the D line all together probably should have won it. But I'm not. Just like we talked about Josh Miller getting the regular season MVP, I'm not mad that Hurts got it. He balled out. He balled out in that Super Bowl he played against Mahomes the last time. He balled out.
Did. He broke a record that one, didn't he? Rushing record or something.
Oh yeah. He broke a Super Bowl rushing record for a quarterback, and then he went and broke his own record.
Oh wow, he did it twice.
Yeah, he did it twice. Yeah, he broke his own record.
Wow.
He broke it by like 2 yards.
Okay.
So it was like 74 the first time, it was like 76 this time. It was something like that, or 72, 74, something like that. But so he yeah. So I'm not mad that he got it because he did everything right. I mean, yeah, he got sacked twice. He threw a pick, but he dropped back when he felt the pressure. He just took off. He didn't play around. Oh, like, oh, I'm just get out of the pocket. Yeah, like, I mean, not don't let me, because he during the season he made mistakes like that. He will hold on too long and he gets sacked. Just get out of that pocket. That's one thing Lamar Jackson's good at. It's like, okay, I'm out. like if I can't see any progression, I'm out.
And that's always the knock on black quarterbacks is that they don't know how to read defenses. They don't know how to use their progressions. When their first target is covered, they'll run. Or their first or second target, it's like, no, they're that quick. They're that fast to where they can see all 4, maybe even 5 targets if they're covered in those 3.5 seconds.
You only got about.
You only have 3 seconds. So if you get 3.5, maybe even 4 seconds in that pocket, of course you're gonna run, throw the ball away, or what have you, to not get sacked.
Mm-hmm.
So when this whole narrative of black quarterbacks aren't, I don't even want to say smart enough, but it kind of alludes to that question. That's not true. That's a bald-faced lie.
No.
And that's been alive forever, ever since, back when Williams won the Super Bowl back in the 90s with
the 80s.
80, 89?
Something like
with
that.
The Redskins, right?
Yeah, because he beat the Broncos. So it was like it was in the 80s sometime.
Yeah.
Late 80s, yeah.
86, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember.
No. The Giants beat the Broncos then. It was like 88, 89, somewhere around there.
Something like that.
Yeah. But the thing is, he's now the 4th black quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah?
There's only 4. Patrick Mahomes. Doug Williams.
Russell Wilson.
And
Jalen Hurts. Oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. On Black History Month.
Yeah. Like but he did do things. He didn't always run, because I saw some plays where he went through his progressions and waited and then got it out there and got it out of his hands. So but it's always good to have a quarterback that's not a statue. I mean, man, when you're a statue, just ask Goff. Ask Big Ben. Well, Big Ben was a little bit different because he was so big and strong. He could shrug off D linemen and stuff like that.
I remember those.
Yeah, like and then when he got older, he couldn't do it. But when in his younger days, he could do that. So I mean, it was crazy, and the Eagles team is built to last. I mean, they do have to do some signings. I would like to see them bring back Braun, because Braun is only on a 1-year deal. It's going to cost him some money, but I would like to see him bring him back, bring Sweat back. It's going to be tough because every Super Bowl team loses somebody, and Brandon Graham talking about coming back. They'll be able to get him on the cheap if they decide to keep him.
Is Cox retired? Is Cox retired?
Cox already retired.
Oh.
Fletcher Cox and Justin Kelsey retired last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right. Last season.
Last season they retired.
Well, here's a question. Mm-hmm. Do they give him a de facto Super Bowl ring or something?
I don't know.
Some teams do. Mm-hmm. The former players, they kind of give them a little something for appreciation.
That's up to Lurie and that's up to Jeffrey. Yeah, that's up to the owner.
Right.
At that point, because you can everybody people who get rings. I want to say the practice squad get rings,
Yeah,
don't they?
it's different levels depending on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got your executives and your players and your coaches. They get the main rings, but everyone else gets like a lower tier ring,
a lower tier,
smaller ring or whatever. So yeah, I think the Rams, they talked about that with their rings because remember the Rams, they're the first ones to have the ring that opened up, and it was like the stadium inside the ring. Oh, it was so crazy.
I gotta see their ring because the Lakers ring, the one that the last one they won with LeBron, theirs opened up too, but theirs opened up. I think it had number 24 inside of it or something like that. Kobe's number. Kobe's number.
Yeah, but there, I think either it was the Rams or I think they were the first team to do that.
Yeah.
Or the Tampa Bay, but it got real popular.
I know. We got.
Go ahead.
I know. It was crazy because Deshaun Jackson was talking to T.O. and somebody else, and he was like, they talking about a ring because Deshaun Jackson played on that Rams team, but they had released him, and he went to play for the Raiders. But he said so. He said, "Well, hold up for me." Reached his pocket, he pulled out the ring. He said, "McVay, because he was there for like more than half the season."
Yeah, if you're there for more than a certain time. And they trade you or whatever, you still get a ring.
And he got a ring. He actually got the ring that the players got too.
Yeah.
He said, Sean McVay. He said, "Yeah, man." He said that was stand up, but he said he ain't had no issues with McVay or nothing.
Right.
And he said, "Yeah." So and people say, "Oh man, he was." I said, "Nah, man, that's his ring. He was dead. I mean,
he was there.
Yeah, that's his ring, man. He a Super Bowl champ in my eyes. But I'm a D-Jack fan though. I like it.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are. We'll be right back with more NFL talk. The off season is here, and Aaron Rodgers is he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone from the New York Jets. We're gonna get into that and more. Keep locked right here. Let's keep 1 Million show.
Yes, sir.
ARDP is looking for volunteers to assist with activities like fundraising, engineering, promotions, and community outreach. We need you. For more information or to sign up to become a KRDP volunteer, call 602-254-6636 or visit our website. Listen, the number 2, KRDP.com, and click on the volunteer button on the top of the menu. We look forward to seeing you soon at KRDP.
Let's keep 1 Million show. I'm Dwayne.
Sean P.
90.7 FM KRDP. And just got into the Super Bowl. 40-22 Eagles over the Chiefs. Now, you said you didn't watch the halftime show. I implore you to go back and watch it.
I will. I will.
It is literally the number one video on NFL's YouTube page. It's the highest viewed Super Bowl halftime in history, overtaking Michael Jackson.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. And the main reason why is because of the it was split. It was very polarizing halftime. You had Samuel L. Jackson come out as Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
If you're a real hip hop fan, you knew all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
He had songs from the Kendrick Drake beef. 2 songs from that. A few songs with SZA, which is a TDE artist that he's had countless songs with her, and songs from G&X, a couple songs from previous albums, but mostly it was G and X, he actually did the Not Like Us song, which everyone, said he shouldn't do that song. He would get sued and whatnot. And Drake made a statement, or his lawyers made a statement like that. He's in Australia, of all places. The thing about the halftime show, it was more symbolism, it was more art than it was music. He talked about 40 acres and a mule. He talked about, things that Black Americans, we, discuss. And the symbols with the American flag, with Black people, shaped the American flag. With, some was dressed in red, some dressed in white, some dressed in blue. And it was a... how they talk about Easter eggs, quote unquote, with with the Marvels. This is that type of thing where you have to really decode. And if you know Kendrick Lamar, you know how he does. You can decode it. You know what his symbolisms and everything are. How he goes about with his music and with his art form. And it was, to me, it was great. A lot of people did not like it. A lot of people, they go with the crowd wasn't into it, and this and that and the third. The Super Bowl's a corporate crowd, for one. Okay? So you have corporate sponsors getting the bulk of the tickets, and their people go and watch it. It was a pro Eagles crowd.
Yeah, I heard that.
It really was, but those could be a bunch of corporate sponsors that are Eagles fans, live in the East Coast, Philadelphia per se, and those are the ones that buy up all the Super Bowl tickets. It's rare. I won't say it's rare, but not a lot of regular fans buy Super Bowl tickets. Is I won't say impossible, but it's pretty hard to buy a Super Bowl ticket. Just like right now, the NBA Finals, it's kind of the same way getting to.
Shoot, the NCAA Final Four.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The Final Four is the same way, where it's all corporate. So when people were kind of disparaging it, saying that no one was cheering and this and going back and forth with that, where some people saying there was, and it's like, if you didn't know what was going on, of course you're not going to cheer. And from my sentiment, it wasn't for everybody. And guess what? That's okay. Yes, it's a Super Bowl. Yes, it's the whole world to see, and most artists, most performers play their greatest hits, and they go all out, and it's a big spectacle, and you have pyrotechnics and people going all in the air and everything. The Lady Gaga and Rihanna, and then you have the Usher with Alicia Keys. You got all kinds of superstars on that. You got the Dr. Dre. Remember, Kendrick Lamar is the first ever solo artist, hip hop artist, to do it. He was by himself with him, SZA, and Samuel Jackson. That's it. Remember, Dre had everybody. Dr. Dre had 50 Cent, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige. Rihanna had some people. Usher had Alicia Keys. So I say it's a win for hip hop.
Yeah, there was a lot of hate. I was watching the Jason Whitlock video.
Oh my God!
And I didn't like the fact that he resorted to name calling. He kept calling Kendrick a midget. He was like, "Oh, this little midget running around, yelling and mad on stage." I was like, "Look, we all know. Look, it wasn't for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg wasn't for everybody." But he talked about them a little bit. He was like, "Yeah, but everybody actually partied to those songs at one point." Right. So I was like, look, the Super Bowl halftime show is not going to be like it was, what's it, 2025? Not going to be like it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's going to be pop and hip hop, man, because the hip hop crowd. We're the adults there. We're the ones watching it now.
People forget hip hop is the dominant genre of music right
Today,
now.
yeah, it is.
It is like it's been said. This is documented. It's set in stone. Hip hop is the dominant genre right now. Not rock and roll. Not
No.
country music.
No.
None of that. So,
No. It is what it is. I can't remember the last time it wasn't a hip hop influenced halftime show. I mean,
Yeah.
you could say Rihanna's pop, Beyonce's pop,
Yeah.
but they're hip hop. They're influenced by
Usher.
hip hop. Usher.
Right.
I can't. I mean, maybe if you want to go back and say Janet Jackson and Timberlake, maybe, but that's still kind of inspired by it.
Oh, of course. Remember, just Timberlake. His biggest songs were produced by Timberlake.
Yeah.
So,
So, look, it's not going away, and of course you're gonna have some shows that you don't like. You know,
Right.
who was last year? Last year was Rihanna, right?
Usher.
Oh, Usher was
in
last year.
Vegas.
That's right.
The year
Oh,
before was Rihanna because that was in Phoenix. I was here.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then before her was Dre
Yes, in LA.
In LA,
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
The next one's in San Francisco. So
Yeah.
we're going to see E40 and all that, which most likely not.
No,
but, you know,
most likely
that's
not.
what a lot of people were saying because, you know, it's been that way, kind of.
No, well,
a
it
few
wasn't that.
times.
It wasn't that way this year because
No.
Lil Wayne. If I was if I was Lil Wayne, I don't know if he did do this, but he shouldn't have been such a hater. Like he should have just congratulated him
Yeah.
and then did something post Super Bowl, like did his own post Super Bowl concert or something like that.
He was really in his feelings. He said
Yeah.
he didn't want to watch it. He didn't watch the Super Bowl, the whole Super Bowl. He's a huge football fan. He's a Green Bay Packer fan and all this, and he goes on. Remember Undisputed and ESPN and all this, but not because of that you don't want to watch the Super Bowl. That was kind of childish.
So somebody
Real childish.
that I'm really cool with broke it down to me like this. He was like, "Look, it's a business decision. Kendrick is bigger than you."
Yeah.
And
At the moment, yes.
At the moment, yes, you was that guy back like a few years ago. But we get it. You're from Louisiana. You're from New Orleans. But that crowd, I mean, like they're not going to be into Lil Wayne. They're not going to be. You don't generate that type of response anymore. So
Right.
instead of being a hater, just congratulate and everything, but still do something post Super Bowl.
Right.
Now you could. I'm telling you, if you would have did something after the Super Bowl, like a concert somewhere else, you can't tell me people wouldn't have went to that.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And the thing is, there's supposedly a, Hot Boys reunion.
Yeah.
Why didn't y'all do something like that? Why didn't y'all do something on the side? And then on top of that, his concerts ain't hitting like they was. If I've heard,
Mm-hmm.
he's forgetting songs. He's forgetting his own lyrics, and it's not looking good. I mean, there's a video going around of him at the I think it was WrestleMania or something. He did a concert for WrestleMania last year, and it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. So you go someone like Kendrick, who is really in his prime right now, doing what he does. If you watch the video, it looks like he doesn't stop, which is amazing. He didn't go out of breath. It was like, wow, how did you do that? I mean, the breath control and all that. I don't think Wayne can do that right now. At his age, he's our age.
No, I'm older than him.
But I mean, he's in our age group.
Yeah, and not just that, the drugs and everything are taking a toll on him, man.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, man. I mean, get over it, man. I hate to be like that.
Right.
But
That's true.
get over it.
Moving on, the Jets have not officially let go of Aaron Rodgers, but they made a statement on their social media pages, wishing him the best in his future endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
The new NFL calendar year is in March, I think March 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the time where they can sign or re-sign, players, and free agency starts, and that's when they cut players, and that's when players get their money. Their roster bonuses and whatnot. And he's not going to get a roster bonus. He's going to be cut by the Jets with their brand new coach, their brand new GM, and they're looking for the future. What do they do? You have, obviously, they're not going to go back with Sam Darnold, but he is the top free agent right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do they keep Tyrod Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
Do they go into the draft? Do they draft up? What do they do?
Okay, so Sam Darnold, he was with Carolina, right?
Well, he was with the Jets. Remember, they drafted him.
Well, who?
But Sam Darnold with Minnesota
Yeah.
brought them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They lost the last 2 games.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get. What about the Zach dude? The Zachary dude?
Zach Wilson, he's...
No. He was with the Jets, right?
Remember, Sam Darnold left. They got rid of him, brought in Zach.
Oh, okay.
He was
okay.
a dud. Then they got rid of him for Aaron Rodgers.
That's right. Okay.
I think Zach is in San Francisco. I think he's backing up.
Okay, I was just trying to get the timeline right.
Right.
So them letting go Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can see why that happened. They want to start fresh. It's a new coach and a new GM. They just want to start fresh and bring in their own guy. So I don't know what quarterback they're going to pick up, but they'll figure it out. And the new coach is a defensive guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to really tool up the defense, and they're going to figure out how to get that offense click, because they got the weapons. Got Devontae Adams. They got Breece Hall. They have good weapons. But and Aaron Rodgers didn't have a bad year. He had 28 TDs and 11 interceptions. That's not a bad year. Threw for over 4,000 yards. Not a bad year at all. But they didn't like the circus. They didn't like the circus that was happening.
Absolutely right. The circus was an issue, a huge issue, and with Aaron Rodgers, with all of his, I don't want to say antics, but with the things he was saying outside of the Jets organization, the Pat McAfee show, and other places. I mean, it looks to me like he's gonna retire. There was video where they showed him the last game. He's extremely emotional. He keeps talking about the past, as far as past games and players and whatnot, reflecting. It looks to me like he's going to retire. I don't see another team that he can be a part of, because he's such an alpha and such a person that is a polarizing figure in football and in sports in general. Yeah, I think it's best he retire. We're going to be right back with more Keep 1 Million Show. Thank y'all for watching. We got a special guest coming in, Coach OTB. He'll be here in a second.
Show offers business sponsorship packages.
Appreciate you coming.
Budgets.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Sponsors
Be
to
back.
help support the station.
All right.
Business to reach an audience and the individual donor community. Please contact 602-254.
I wasn't expecting somebody else. They gonna hear you on here though.
The number 2, krwp.com. Click on the sponsorship button at the top of the menu. Then on
I'm here for the support.
business sponsors from the drop down menu. Thanks for your support, KRS.
Hey man, so I just got hit with a bug within like the last 2-3 hours, man. Something came over me.
Okay.
I don't know if it's something that I ate earlier or not, so y'all bear with me.
That's all good.
I told my dog, and then I had to practice tonight. So my manager, Jay, hit me like, you know, you got the interview tonight. I'm on the field getting ready for the event. So I just scrambled straight from the field. You see, I've been coaching the entire and everything.
Cool. That's all
We
good.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, we gonna make it happen.
All right.
Keep 1 Million Show, 90.7 FM. We have a guest,
Yes,
Coach
sir.
OTB, back in the building. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
What's up, fellas?
What's good with you,
Man,
man?
I appreciate you, coming through, and you have a major event coming up this weekend. Let us know what it's all about. 7-on-7s.
Yes, sir. So, pretty much, that's exactly what it is, man. I got a 7-on-7 event, bringing my dog Cam Newton to the city. I go back with Cam. He has a good program. He has a tournament called C1N. That's his tournament network. So pretty much I called him out about a year ago. You know, we bounced around back and forth playing each other in different locations. I called him out about a year ago saying that I want him to come out to Arizona and see my OTB Elite program. So at the end of the day, that's what that was about. Him and his team hit me up earlier this year, asking if we could set it up. And actually it's his kickoff date as well. So it's his first tournament of his circuit. He's kicking it off in Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah, that's what that's about. Cam Newton will really be here. He'll really have a C1N team here. A lot of good teams across the valley coming out, as well as the surrounding states. So, it's go time.
Okay. All right. And it's going. The event's going to be in Litchfield Park, right at Millennium High School.
Litchfield Park, Millennium High School. I don't have the exact times yet for the games, but I know it's pretty much all day, 8 a.m. Start time 8 a.m. Bring the family out. It's still time to register your team too as well. So if you ain't registered your team, go ahead and take care of that. But yeah, man, we're going up this weekend doing something big for the city. Y'all know me for the one-on-ones. Y'all know I usually do stuff like that. At the end of the day, we want to try to change it up a little bit and, just connect some different demographics as well. So Cam ain't never really been out here to the west like that.
Oh, okay.
Now, let me correct that, man. Arizona is Southwest. He keep on promoting the West Coast. Cam is Southwest. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's a good
Now
thing.
it's a 2-day event.
Yes, sir.
Is this a tournament based or,
Yeah, 2-day event, tournament based.
Okay.
So we'll go 7-on-7. We'll go the first day, Saturday, it'll be 3 games, pool play. Then next day, Sunday, is tournament style, so it's win or go home situation. So it'll be about 4 or 5 different divisions from ages 10 on the way up to high school. I have my high school team in there, so come out, represent, support OTB Elite, one of the longest tenured 7-on-7 programs on any 7-on-7 circuit. So we'll be outside, like I said, I'm going against my dog.
Okay, so with the teams, so the prices you pay to be in a tournament like this, it's for the team, not per player.
Not per player, it's for the team. So what it is, you have a team registration, and you'll get your team. Registered.
Oh, okay.
So you try to make it feasible, and that's another thing. So if you want to register your team, hey, you inbox me right now. I got a discount code for whatever team they're registered. I ain't gonna last too long. Registration's supposed to close today. I'm
Right.
keeping it open for a limited time just to get a couple of heavy hitters in there.
What's the website or anything going on?
Go on my Instagram, Coach OTB Instagram. It'll be on my story. I think I got it on my TikTok as well. CoachOTBElite.com. That's my website as well. But the story is on Instagram, Coach OTB Instagram.
All right. A question about girls play flag now. Is this just strictly a boys?
Yeah, so we wanted to do the co-ed because I got a lot of demand and a lot of questions early on, like, coach, is going to be girls involved. So this particular one is going to be just strictly guys.
Okay.
But 7-on-7 flag football, that's going into the mixing genres big right now.
Yeah.
So I encourage my girls to get out there, stay active and play. We're gonna spin the block. We're gonna have more tournaments coming out. This one right now is just a kickoff. But yeah, girls, stay tuned. I'm gonna have something for y'all as well.
Okay. All right.
Now you said you have a kind of rivalry with Cam Newton. Like, how did that come about? And is strictly 7-on-7s, or was y'all on the field one time?
Nah, it's 7-on-7, man. That's strictly competitive, man. What it is with Cam, he's a good coach, man. He's an awesome coach, awesome mentor. Does a lot for his kids, does a lot for the communities. So I'm the same type of guy, same type of coach. So anytime you're out there, it's just about a competitive thing. He's out there, he's loud with his chants and his, whatever. And I'm the same thing with mine. So, it's kind of like the alpha thing. You get two guys with that type of ego, that type of passion in the same area. We're going to bark, we're going to go back. He always has a good talented program. I always have a good talented program. So we just compete at a high level, man. We just challenge each other. So it definitely arose on the field. And then we've had him come out over the years and throw out our one-on-one events as well. So he's definitely a competitor. One of those guys who just like to go back and forth with.
Okay. Now, for people that might not know, your league it's 7-on-7, but it's not flag, right?
It's not flag, so it's pretty much touch. One hand, two hand touch. So 7-on-7 pretty much derived out of the Skelly concept. It'll be a period and tackle football to where we just win wide receivers versus DBs, linebackers and running backs, tight ends. And they'll just pretty much go for a period of time. To get more skill set, to get more training and more structure behind your position, we had, you broke those periods down to get more emphasis on that. So they just incorporated that in the high school world. It took off. Shout out to my dog, Baron Finley, over at Pylon. He really took off with the AAU concept of the 7-on-7. I jumped on with the circuit many moons ago and been rocking ever since.
Okay.
And it's good for fundamentals, techniques, structure, developing your skill set as far as your players in your program. It's got kind of outlandish over the years with the celebrations and some of the gimmicks, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much just to heighten your skill sense as far as your specific positions, wide receivers and DBs, QBs.
Okay. Now the AAU circuit, it goes all the way to national champions. I've seen some teams from here, from Arizona, to make it out there. I think it's in Florida, the national championship. I mean, you guys, is your team ready to get to that level? Y'all out there?
We wanted a more tenured team. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and toot my own horn. A lot of this stuff started. We influenced a lot of these, hype type teams. A lot of these teams with this swag. Because when we came into the 7-on-7 scene, we were the only elite program. Wasn't elite behind anything. It was OTB elite. Everybody else was their names. But in the 7-on-7 world, there was no elite program. We coined ourselves on being, elite type of players, elite type of program. So playing on a national level, we've been doing that. We've won Pylon, we've won Battle, we've won Red Zone elite tournaments. So we want all the smoke. Here to the East Coast, to the South Coast, whatever the case may be, we want all the smoke. That's why we invited Cam out. Hey, y'all play at a high level. We didn't see you in Atlanta. We didn't see y'all in Vegas. OT7 tournaments, different scenarios. Pull up on us in Arizona. Not only that, just do something good for the community. Bring the community out. Cam Newton's in the building. He's a great guy. Scratch what you heard. And he's really coming. You get a narrative like, is Cam really coming? Is that just Coach putting on? Cam will be here. Cam is excited to be here. He'll be here tomorrow night.
Speaking of that, with the Cam Newton situation. Now, like you said, Cam's a good guy. Scratch what you heard. There's always been rumors about, especially his podcast, what he's doing on ESPN and whatnot. You know him personally, man. Like, how is he? It seems like a great guy, especially coming from us, our community. But the outside, it's like it's a whole different. Like, he's a polarizing figure, but I know you know more than that.
Yeah, so I just gotta keep it 100% just. Truly, he's a good guy, man. Like, he's for his community, he's for them kids. Very outspoken. I like to call him eccentric. Cam's very eccentric, with his style and all that stuff. But when it comes down to just being a genuine human being, a genuine person in life, Cam's one of the good guys. Yeah. He really cares about the kids. He's going to pour into his community. He's very competitive. He's a real coach. A lot of these guys look at it as, you know, I got coined as a YouTube coach at one point. No, man, I got on YouTube by coaching. You know, YouTube seen me doing what I do first. Same thing with Cam. He's not no gimmick content coach. If you listen to what he's telling them young men, if you listen to how he's coaching them, how he's running his program, very organized, very structured, very disciplined, and he's mentoring them throughout the whole process. So he's a good guy, man, all the way around. His opinion is his opinion. We all got opinions. It is what it is.
Right.
Very outspoken. But if you really listen to a lot of stuff that Cam's saying, he's saying some stuff that people just don't want to say, but they're thinking it. I'm going to tell you like that. He said a lot of stuff that people were thinking, and he's just saying it. So at the end of the day, it's one of those things to where, he's a good guy, man, and I speak highly of him based on my personal interactions with him throughout the years.
I remember one thing he said, and you know, I never played football, but it made sense when he was talking about a game changer and a game manager.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, man, people got on him about that because he said something about Tom Brady. He said, no, elite game manager. I mean, he's like, he wasn't talking bad about Tom. You know, Warren Sapp took it the wrong way, called Cam he said, what did he say, an overrated running back or something like that? I was like,
and he got on him and asked him about this fumble. I seen that podcast or whatnot. He just broke it down as is. You know, you got the quarterbacks that go in there and players that just manage the game. I'm not going to win the game. I'm not going to lose the game.
Right.
I'm just going to, do my part or whatever the case may be. Then you got the guys that put the game on my back. I'm about to take this thing over. I want to get the ball in my play every hand, every rep.
Kind of like what Jalen Hurts did in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like kind of like Jalen Hurts did in the Super Bowl. You know, even with Pat Mahomes scenario, I'm gonna find a way to win. Lamar Jackson scenario, we're gonna find a way to win. Opposed to I got all the pieces and components around me to win. I'm just gonna make sure I don't lose it.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference in there. People take that the wrong way, but like I said, everybody has their own opinions.
Yeah.
Well, I need your opinion about one thing,
What's
and
that?
it's your team.
Man,
What
we're
did
going
you
to the
think-
Super Bowl, man.
No, what did you think about the hire with Schottenheimer?
Man.
I mean,
Man.
you got Dak Prescott after the Super Bowl saying y'all next. Are y'all next with Schottenheimer? I mean, the last time I heard of a Schottenheimer, he
Marty.
did not
Marty
win.
Schottenheimer.
He did not win.
Yeah, but Marty was a good offensive-minded guy.
Yeah, so
That don't
yeah.
equate to wins though.
Yeah, okay,
it don't equate to wins, but to me, to be a good coach, you got to be able to get it out of your players. You got to be able to motivate the guys. You got to be able to have them believe in you. So if he can go over there and get those guys to buy into his system, buy into what he's preaching and get them to believe in him, I don't really care who's over there. The Cowboys are a set in stone system team. They've been there for many moves, and it's just one of those things that's going to keep moving the way that it moves. But you need guys that come in there to want to believe in, somebody that they want to believe in, somebody that's going to kind of change that narrative. Jimmy Johnson was that guy when he shook it up in the 90s. He came in, fresh off of Miami. He changed the narrative. Guys are believing in him. They're hyped. They want to play for him. He's bringing in some pieces. They're doing some, questionable drafting and trading during that time. We haven't had that in a while. We've been a lot real even keeled. We've been, just real predictable. So until somebody comes in there, demands respect of the program, gets guys to buy in, motivate the team to want to be great again, get back to being America's team, because that's who we are. It's going to be hard, man. It's definitely going to be hard. How do I feel about the hire at the end of the day? I mean, get the troops to buy in. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, were you on the Deion bandwagon?
No, I ain't-
Cowboys. Were you on that,
Yeah, so-
or did you know?
No, I 100%. I knew that was going to play out. I'm going to say that. I knew that talk, the conversation, I knew that was going to happen. Was he really going to lock in there? I didn't think he'll really lock in there, and it's for several different reasons, just based on the situation with his own kids and where they were land at in the Travis Hunter scenario. But did I see the conversation coming 100%? I spoke about it, text messages, guys called me like, Coach, you said it. But also, Deion's not finished over at Colorado.
Nah.
He has a point to prove over there. He got that taste of winning in his mouth. He want to go back, and then just based on the way things happen at Jackson State, I think that he's not going to leave that program right now that quick, even if he is to go to the NFL. Unless it was a direct line to go coach my boys and Travis in the NFL, then that's a no-brainer. There's not no direct line for that to happen right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I said Deion stay at Colorado.
Yep.
Stay at Colorado. You almost made it to the college football playoffs.
Yep.
Almost made it there. I said stay there, get to the college football playoffs, and make a run. Make a run. He's a good coach.
He's an awesome coach, and they got the good pieces over
Yeah.
there, and there's gonna be some other guys that come in and help him out as well.
Yeah, because he got that quarterback, the 5-star, right? He got that 5-star quarterback. Yeah.
And one last question for I know you gotta go. You gotta get ready for this
We
weekend.
cooking. Hey,
It's
once
at the
again,
Millennium.
C1N tournament, Millennium
Yes.
High
Mhm.
School, Saturday and Sunday, hosted by Coach OTB. OTB Elite in the game will be in the building. Pop out. I believe it's like over 40+ teams already committed in. So come out, bring the family out, come watch the show. Cam's out there. He's definitely a show in himself. C1N, the boys really go. His team is really those guys as well. So it's gonna be a great event.
One last question. If I kind of know the answer. If a coach were to call you tomorrow morning to help with the NFL team,
Oh, y'all niggas.
would you go? But what would be the best team, best situation? Not
Okay.
favorite team,
No,
but
so
best situation.
If I got that call tomorrow to go work with the NFL program, the best situation, the best fit for me would be the ones that let me come work with them.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
That's
Yes,
the
it
best
was.
situation.
Yeah.
The ones that come let
Very
me come work with them.
diplomatic. Exactly.
Because once I get there, I'm infectious.
Okay.
You gonna let me be me, and you gonna let me handle my business. You gonna let me coach. You gonna let me train. You gonna let me critique, mentor, pour back. But I'll be willing to go wherever they have me at.
Okay. Before we let you go, how did you see the Super Bowl? I mean, when you was watching, I know you watched it.
Shout out to Keely Ringo. Shout out to Darius, Clay, Slay. Shout out to Isaiah Rogers.
Yeah.
I mean, all them dogs over there, man. Cooper DeJean, all my guys. I knew it was gonna happen like that, man. That script had to run short sooner or later with them Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, you knew that was gonna happen? Like they gonna get
Yeah,
beat
the
up like
Eagles.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
the
so
Eagles.
crazy, man. Keely was actually talking to my son, and he called it. I don't know if that boy Nostradamus or what. He called the run to the playoffs. He called who they would have to play. Yeah, my son Tavian Keely was on a conversation a couple of weeks back, and
Yeah.
Keely called who they would play, who was going to win, who didn't win, and then I pretty much called the Super Bowl being a blowout. The Eagles. If you watch the Eagles, I actually caught the game in Brazil, and from day one,
Oh,
they just
right.
they
That was
looked
the
good.
Eagles game. Yeah.
Yeah, against the Packers, and it was just
Yeah.
like they looked good, and then they had some hiccups along the way, but as they kept grooming and getting better, they just look unstoppable. And it's just good old traditional, old-fashioned football. If you got a running game, you're gonna win a lot of games. And they got Saquon
Yes.
Barkley, so they won a lot of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan, so
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan. I was
I'm a
down.
Cowboys fan.
yeah. But Coach OTB, appreciate you
Thank
stopping
you,
by.
sir. Appreciate it.
It's Millennium High School C1N
Cam Newton.
event, Cam Newton's event with Coach OTB
Gang,
out there in Goodyear, Arizona,
Litchfield Park.
Lynchfield Park,
West Valley.
in the 15th and the 16th.
Mhm.
2-day event. Please support this man and support his movement out there with the youth. I implore everybody to go out there, check out his Instagram, Coach OTB, YouTube channel,
Coach OTB. TikTok, Coach
TikTok.
OTB.
X, everything, Coach OTB.
Everything Coach OTB.
Right. You know, you can see him on TV. I just saw you.
Tallahassee,
Matter of
man.
fact, yeah, I saw you on the commercials.
Oh yeah, man.
You know?
Rapping my Cowboys.
I see you, right, with the
We'll
guy
cut it out.
with the big cowboy hat on.
Yeah,
man.
man. There
So
you go. Appreciate it.
thanks everybody for listening. We gonna be right back. Please, this weekend, 15th and 16th.
Arizona, we on the clock, baby. Oh yeah.
All right, and we'll be right back.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
1 Million Show.